What's good, YouTube? Dorsey Made Gaming here. And today, y'all, I have some information that I want to bring to y'all that I just came across. Don't know if y'all have seen this or heard about it yet. It's an article. The link is in the description. Go check it out and read the article. They're talking to the developers and stuff like that about Madden NFL 18. Has some useful information in there. But the information that surprised me the most, and that's what I want to talk about really quick, is with Longshot, concerning Longshot. So as we know, we know how Longshot is going to be structured. We know that you can't play, or it goes, from his high school. It's actually a flashback. It starts at him, I want to say in the combine or that sort, but it flashback to high school, flashbacks to college. They did confirm that there are only two NCAA teams in the game, and that's going to be Texas and Oregon. So what that leads me to believe is that as far as college, you'll probably only play one game. Okay. Now, Longshot is a reality show. It is. I'm not saying that it's not real. It's a reality show though, and that's why you see on the screenshots the Longshot poster in the background. It's coming out this day or in theory or something to that effect. The Longshot whole thing, it's a reality show about guys, I guess, trying to get a second chance at into the NFL or whatever the case may be, or a first chance. Guys trying to make it into the league. Now, the part of the article that I want to bring to light is the fact that, okay, we know that Longshot ends at the draft. And there's many different endings to that. You can either be drafted or you cannot be drafted. Your friend can get drafted and you cannot get drafted, or you can get drafted and your friend cannot get drafted. Your friend being the wide receiver. Now, what's interesting to note in the article is that technically we can play NFL games with Mr. Wade. Darren, I think his name is Darren. Can't think of his first name. I can't remember. And I don't know his friend's name. I can't remember that either. But Wade, I know Wade is his last name. But you can play NFL games with him. Now, how are you going to be able to do it through Longshot? Is there a story continued with it? No, there's not. Longshot does end at the draft. However, the developers did say that if you go into franchise mode, under the single player mode, of course, when you play as just one person, if you go to undrafted, like whenever you're choosing your player type, your story background, if you go to undrafted, or I think it's either undrafted or late round, one of those two, the default player, okay, let me back up. If you go to undrafted, I want to say undrafted and a mobile quarterback, the default will be Darren Wade. So in that situation, hey, if you're playing Longshot and you get drafted by, let's say, Green Bay Packers, okay, hey, guess what? You can go into franchise mode and go create a player, make him undrafted, make him a mobile quarterback, and the default player, I guess the facial, the height, all that kind of stuff, the developer said in the article that it will default to Darren Wade. I don't know if it's going to automatically have his name in there or you'll have to put it in there, but I assume that everything else is going to be defaulted to him. So therefore, you yourself can continue that story. And I actually think that's pretty cool because while, yeah, we don't have that cinematic, storytelling element at that point, you still can continue that with your imagination, knowing what got you there. You get what I'm saying? And they also said you can do the same thing with his friend who is a wide receiver. You can go, by what the story goes off of, or create your own way. If you go to the undrafted, or it's either undrafted or late round, it could be in both. But I forgot what type of wide receiver he was. You have to read it in the article. I read it this morning. I'd have to go back and read the article. Like I said, the link is in the description. But if you go to create an undrafted or late round wide receiver, it's going to default to his friend who was in the story. So, y'all, I really think that was pretty freaking cool, the fact that they kind of snuck that in there. And to me, it says that they know that this is what we want. but they can't quite give it to us yet. Now, I also want to know if you followed the live stream yesterday on the other channel, I was playing NBA Live, and I'm going to be 100% with y'all. NBA Live, as of right now, in my opinion, is better than 2K. I have not played the 2K demo. I don't know what 2K got to offer. I do know that 2K does have the general manager mode that has a story along with it, and I'm one for story modes. I love that. I love the background stories. I love the news breaks and all that kind of things. However, 2K is 2K. I'm not a huge fan of 2K because of virtual currency. It's basically a pay to win. You pay to make your player good and things of that effect. NBA is not like that. Now, there are reputation points that you use to purchase things in the game or these crates, but here's the awesome part. They are clearly cosmetic and have no effect on your player. So if EA does decide to use microtransactions for those reputation points to buy those crates, it's not a pay to win thing. It's not something that's going to make your player better. It is strictly cosmetic, similar to how Destiny uses silver. You can buy silver to buy these boxes that has gear in it, but the gear has 0 stats until you fuse it with one of your items that does have stats. You get what I'm saying? So right now, man, EA, man, and I'm gonna tell you something. Some people said that Live 18 looked sluggish or stiff. It didn't. I mean, it was very fluid. Well, it wasn't just super duper fluid, but it is a demo. But still, when you're getting immersed in the game, you're not sitting there thinking about, oh my gosh, this isn't fluid. I think it's one of those games where if your character or player has a very high dribbling attribute and agility rating and stuff, they will move accordingly, thus losing that fluidity. And I like that because that's how Madden is going to be. So it wouldn't be surprising to me that NBA Live would follow suit with that as well. But I digress. Also, speaking of I digress, my boy Stephen A is in NBA Live 18, and it's so cool because when you're going through the rise in the demo, they actually have first take breaks here and there throughout it, and they actually talk about what's going on with your character and stuff. And it's not like a 3D rendered thing. It is actually them. So I thought that was really awesome that EA went above and beyond to get those guys and have them read the script. I like that. You know, some people say, well, I wanted it in video game form. No, just like I would like it. I understand that the game doesn't look, it looks like a video game, but to have that in there in the game is awesome to me. And when you're looking at that, remember what Rex Dixon said, that if we want to see the direction that he's wanting to go and plan on going in Madden in franchise mode, he said pay attention to NBA Live's franchise mode. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. If the one is any indication of what Madden 19's career mode will be like, bro, take my money right now because it is immersive. There is a lot of things going on, and you can switch back from the street to the league and stuff like that. It is immersive. I like it. I like it. Now I'm gonna play the single game today. I kind of dove into it on the live stream yesterday, and the intro was pretty cool, man. And what blows my mind about NBA Live is it is not even on the Frostbite engine. The graphics look awesome. My boy De Niro pointed it out to me, and I seen it later on in the game. Towards, when the players start getting tired and stuff, you can actually see sweat in their clothing, in their shirts and jerseys and things like that. I think that's awesome. And then, like I said, the actual intro is really cool. But I'm going to play a full game today. Probably not going to live stream it because I kind of want to get the full immersion of it without kind of having to look at the comments and things of that nature. We'll probably live stream later on. But it looks good, man. It looks darn good. I'm not even going to lie to you. It looks very, very good. The graphics look real good. Like when you go to the play now and you see LeBron James and KD standing there, it looked like LeBron James and KD, even in the body style. And when you're out there on the court, this is what I've noticed. Once you're out there on the court, like in the game, everything is proportioned so well. You know, you get some basketball games where the players look big, too big for the court, or the you know, it doesn't look like that. It looks like you're in an enormous basketball stadium. Everything is proportioned well. Everything is detailed to the T. And that's what's crazy to me, that it's not even on the frostbite, you know. But I digress. Back to Madden and then closing out, and I'm gonna tell y'all this. When, like I said, when you're looking at those screenshots of Madden, you have to be mindful that those screenshots come from the Xbox One X and the PlayStation 4 Pro, not from the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. Those graphics do look good, but those graphics that they're showing off for marketing purposes are on those higher, more powerful consoles, which I'm happy because I got the PlayStation 4 Pro. So I can't wait to see what it looks like. Also, the default camera view for Madden, you know, where it's zoomed in close, that playing in that camera angle is going to give you the best graphical fidelity in the game. Because whenever you go to that camera after that, where it's zoomed out, which is the original default before they did that zoomed in camera, the level of detail drops simply because you're zoomed out. So you kind of miss that. Only thing I didn't like about it in 17 with the zoomed in camera is whenever you drop back to pass, your field of vision wasn't that well. But I think they changed that, because looking at the people playing it on YouTube now, from the Game Changers views, whenever they was in that zoomed camera and they dropped back the pass, the field of vision to be able to see your wide receivers and things of that nature was a lot better. And if that's the case, I'm definitely going to be playing on that zoomed in camera angle just to get all the graphic fidelity that I can, and really appreciate the graphics and the Frostbite engine, y'all. But I'm super pumped, you know, for these games coming out. NBA Live, y'all pre-order it. It's going to be $39 if you pre-order it. But if you don't pre-order and you pick it up at launch, I think it's going to be $59.99 plus tax. Get what I'm saying? So go and pre-order, because I promise y'all it's worth it. If you don't have a chance to play that demo, man, you missing it. You missing it. If you are a 2K fanboy, put your biased butt to the side and play NBA Live. And one thing, Santa Cruz, I was talking with him. We had some awesome conversation yesterday, and he made a very valid point that NBA Live is different than 2K. I know we're going to compare them. However, they give you two different feels. 2K, you know, I might get both. I'm getting NBA Live for the one, because I love that mode. It's immersive. I love Stephen A. Smith in there, and I love that. I'm gonna, you know, and I do plan on getting 2K, but I'm getting 2K for the general manager career story mode. I like that. Now, if NBA Live has something like that, then I could potentially miss out on 2K this year, because let's be real, we've been playing 2K for a while, and 2K is 2K. And there are a lot of people who not happy with 2K because of the way that 2K doing, especially with their virtual currency. Y'all brothers used to come up to GameStop spending $50, $60 on virtual currency, man, for one character. Then you delete the character, and guess what? You got to buy that currency again. So, you know, I'm not into microtransactions in that way. Now, I don't mind microtransactions if they're purely cosmetic and have no effect on the game or the gameplay itself. I'm okay with that, because at that point, it's up to the user. It's not a pay to win type of thing. It's a pay to look, make my player look good, and I'm cool with that. And I think that's the route the NBA Live is going to go, if they so choose to do microtransactions, y'all. But that's all I got for right now, y'all. It's been awesome. I'm finna get back on this NBA Live 18 demo and play this game, and let's see what it's about. And I'm gonna recreate my character too, because I want to say that your save will carry over, because that's the way that the game kind of talks. So if that's the case, I need to redo some stuff, y'all. But that's all I got for right now, y'all. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Till next time, y'all, and God bless.